Oh no.
Oh God.
It's okay, we're okay. All right. Welcome everybody to the Sound of Fire podcast. My name is Michael, aka Dr. Beaker.
I'm Anthony, aka VILARHINO.
Yes, and this is episode 5 of the podcast.
Dude, 5 weeks in a
5.
row.
5.
That's a big number.
Well,
5 is a big deal.
it's like 7 for me, but not flexing or anything.
Sure. That's I mean, 7's a lucky number. 7. There's other things you could say about 7. I think I read a statistic recently where it's like 70% of podcasts that were started in 2020 did not continue.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well,
yeah.
Everybody started a new hobby that they thought they would be into for COVID, and then just like dipped on it. I mean,
and a lot of people like got gear that could make it a feasible thing too.
Yeah, definitely.
People got webcams and like microphones for their Zoom setups.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, I started streaming. September, I picked the worst day, September 11th of 20.
Wow, you started streaming on 9/11?
Yeah, I didn't realize it. I picked the worst day, so now I have to celebrate 9/11.
Oh
and,
my God! Oh, no.
And be like, hey, 2 years, baby.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah, so not great, but I didn't even realize it either. I was really upset.
Yeah, that makes me feel a lot better, honestly.
Yeah.
I started streaming during the pandemic also. I started streaming in August.
Yeah.
So my stream anniversary is coming up, and so is yours. Check that out.
It is.
Stream birthday's coming soon.
Yeah, so I'll be at 2 years. I started streaming right before. Like a few months before all the COVID stuff started happening. And then honestly, when it happened, I mean, my life really didn't change much because I worked at a grocery store. I worked at HEB here in Texas.
Gotcha.
So like the only thing that changed was I had to wear a mask. That was pretty much it. I still had to go to work. Like I still had to do my job.
You were an essential employee, man.
I was, and they gave us sick bonuses for it. So
that's super sweet. Good for you. I mean, obviously making the best out of a bad situation, but we take those.
Oh yeah.
So wait, when did you make the transition from that grocery store gig to GC? How did that happen?
I apparently I just like 11s. I started at Guitar Center on December 11th. Imagine if it was on September 11th. That'd be insane. December 11th, I started at Guitar Center. So basically, I just kind of was over shopping for people. I did curbside.
Sure.
Okay. I was just over it, and I had seen that they were hiring, and I actually applied for the operations assistant, which is the guy who helps the operations manager, which is the guy who like packs all the shipments, brings in the shipments, and does all that stuff. It's a lot more, but that's the small gist of it.
Right.
But they were like, actually, do I use 11 gauge string speaker? I don't have a guitar yet, but I probably will. Yeah, I saw that they were hiring, and then I called up there and I was like, hey, I applied for this, and they were like, actually, that job's on furlough right now, but the lessons lead.
Shit, okay.
Yeah, the lessons lead position is open. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't have any manager experience. And they were like, that doesn't matter. So I applied for that, got it, and yeah, here I am. And
hey man, you take what you can get,
Mm-hmm.
Like that's absolutely just a foot in the door. And like, I mean, I know you like your job. I mean, you complain about your job, but everyone complains about their job, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
At the end of the day, you're still kind of working around music in some capacity, which is cool.
Right. By the way, I just want to make a little shout out to this guy Qualizar in chat. He was actually also in the first gaming org that I was ever in when I first started streaming.
Super cool.
So shout out Qualizar. He's a homie. He's a friend.
Real quick shout out for that guy. Yeah, so I kind of want to touch on it before we get into like the real meat and potatoes of everything we're going to be talking about tonight, because there's a lot. We're trying some things out for you guys. And we would love feedback on this. We recently made a Sound of Fire Twitter. If you haven't checked us out on Twitter, please feel free to do so.
Please.
We post updates about the show, teasers about what we're going to be doing, like little replay clips. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a very good time. But where I was going with that is we're going to be making some kind of flow changes, and this is going to be the first episode where we're trying those things out. So
Indubitably.
we'd really like to hear about whatever you guys think. If you're like, no, go back to the old thing, or I really miss your mustache because everyone seems to be upset about my mustache.
I was very upset. I was very upset when I saw that TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at Lexus and I was like, bro,
Man.
we need to take like pour one out for the homie. We've lost something today.
Lexus is like, who are you talking about? Like, she vaguely knows who I am, you know?
Yeah, no, she knows who you are, bro. Come on now.
Okay,
She's
all right,
watching
all
you.
right.
She's watching you right now. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she's
Oh
watching us
my
in the mirror.
god, this is getting meta. Now I feel like kind of stage fright, you know? Indirect stage.
Indirect
So,
stage fright.
do you wanna do like a rundown of how we're gonna do this, or do you just kind of want to let the show speak for itself? How do you feel?
I mean, we could talk about it for a second. So basically, the last few weeks, we've kind of just like picked a topic, and Lexus says, "I'm always watching." Yeah, I know. Um, we kind of just picked a topic and pretty much ran with it for an hour. You know, we did our thing that we're doing now. We talked to each other and talked to chat and stuff, but you know, it was pretty much pretty free form, not a lot of structure to it. Whereas now we're kind of we're wanting to make it a little more structured, a little more professional. So this first about 10 minutes will usually be the same. It'll be us talking to you, talking to chat, talking to each other. But after
Getting into the
that,
groove, you know?
right, exactly. Just kind of getting the words flowing. But after that, it'll be a little more structured. There will be different segments that you'll actually see pop up on the screen, which we are working on overlays to make that look a little more professional. But for now, it's it's a little addition. It looks cool. I like it.
I think the people listening on the Spotify are gonna really appreciate our overlays,
Oh
honestly.
yes, yeah. By the way, if you're
I
listening
think
on
they're gonna
Spotify or
be
watching on YouTube, we do stream this twitch.tv/BlackFlame every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to come check us out live, say what's up, drop a follow, it'd be awesome. We'd love to have you in here.
We really, really would, because we kind of keep our conversation pretty focused on each other because we want it to be a consistent experience
Right,
across the board.
right,
But sometimes there are just gems in chat that we
right,
can't ignore.
right,
We're working on it. We have urges. We're people too. Okay,
right.
like that's the thing, man. So what we really, really want to do is we kind of want to start the show by kind of bouncing back to things that happened a long time ago sometimes.
Right.
We're still on the topic of music. We're still talking everything music, new releases, music business, but we figured it might be cool to just kind of do a bit of a real quick deep dive. What happened today in music history, you know? And
Yeah.
most of this isn't going to be like Baroque era music. We're talking contemporary stuff. You should recognize anybody that we're talking about, you know. And if you
Yes.
don't, I feel for you. I really do. I don't know what else you could say about it. But what's first on the docket? Let's just go down our favorites that we saw when we looked this up earlier today.
Yes. So the first thing that I wanted to mention was it was actually the one that you pointed out because we kind of missed it was so it's in 1964 the Animals, which honestly is kind of a band that I feel like no one's gonna know the name of, but they'll know the
Sure.
song for sure.
Right.
The Animals went number one on the UK singles charts with "The House of the Rising Sun." If you don't know that song, what are you doing? Honestly. Uh, so it was recorded in one take. This was the first UK number one to have a playing time of more than 4 minutes. So for real quick, for those of you who don't know, recording in one take, especially as a full band, is really fucking difficult. You got to be really practiced, and also back then, like I said, 1964, they didn't want really long songs on the radio. It was
If you
like we
think of
want
like the context, we had like Twist and Shout by the Beatles. Was I
right.
think literally 2 minutes and 4 seconds.
Right.
Like
Yeah, they wanted to keep people's attention, keep it moving, like get the attention and grasp it and keep it there. They didn't want, 4 or 5 minute songs where like when people are like, when is this gonna end? All this stuff because it was kind of a new thing happening. But yeah, this was the first one to have more than 4 minutes of
right.
playing
And
time.
even song form. Songs back then were maybe one chord progression and you would
Right.
maybe change your melody like maybe. It's so like the art of songwriting has evolved so much and what's marketable now in music has evolved so
Oh
much.
yeah,
Like
for sure. For sure. Oh, definitely.
yeah, so that's just always fun and like Beaker was saying like doing it in one take is impressive. You know, it's funny. The House of the Rising Sun made its way back into my life recently. I taught it to my kids last August, September. We do our shows in like 4 month intervals.
He means his
And
students, by the way. I was confused by
yeah,
this as well. Not his actual children.
not my literal children. I do not. I am not a father of 65. Okay, but my students at my job, where we were working on the music, where the theme was British invasion, and we kind of went in and I picked all the great British invasion stuff, like the Hollies and the Animals, the Kinks, et cetera.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
and
Clash
we
and
did
whatnot.
right the Clash, right? We did that song. We did House of the Rising Sun, and then a month after we had done it, and the kids did a great job. I saw a boomery meme, but it was still a good meme. It was like singers today. I need to make sure my autotune sounds good. Singers in the 60s. And it was the guy, I don't remember his name, but the singer for the Animals getting to the belted part of the chorus. My mother
Yeah.
like, and it's so perfect. It's
Right.
so good. It's so precise.
Right.
And I think it's a kind of interesting litmus, like the skill ceiling of musicians now is way higher than it was back then, but the skill floor to get into music was so much worse back then.
Oh yeah,
If
for
that
sure.
makes sense, you know, because if you wanted to learn music, you had to learn it by rote, and that was it. There was no resources to learn it by.
Right.
But then you have kids who are 13 who are economy tapping like Tosin Abasi, and you can't like what like the 13-year-old back then is playing a D chord and he's having a great fucking time. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, we're in there.
I can be
Yes.
professional now.
Right. Speaking of vastly different, let's move on to our next thing that we wrote down that we thought was fun to share with you guys. In 1968, today, Black Sabbath played their first ever gig in Birmingham at a small, no longer there blues club. I think it's no longer there.
I would imagine probably not. But that's really cool. Like to think that a band so influential in just heavy metal in general played their first gig today in 1964. I don't know about anybody else. I really love shit like that because the way I think about it, I'm like, what were they doing at this exact moment in 1968? And it just seems super cool.
They were 1 year like prior to the moon landing, you know?
True.
That's how far back this was, you know?
Shout
out Black Sabbath. That's worth talking about. God damn, Trauma. Shout out Black Sabbath. That Ozzy Osbourne and Tony Iommi, they knew what was up. But so here's something that's important to me about this and why I was so glad that Beaker saw this when we were doing our research for the show this week. This is 4 years apart from the last fact that I just talked about.
Right.
This is somebody's high school career.
Yeah.
In the span of 4 years, music started to grow a bunch of really weird, freaky, kind of ugly heads, you know?
Yeah.
Like when you consider that in 1968, bands like Pink Floyd were starting to happen, or even Zeppelin was really kind of getting into their stride. The Beatles, obviously.
Right.
What the fuck is Sabbath doing in the same like release schedule as the Hollies or the Yardbirds? Like, what is happening in history at this point, you know?
Yeah, man.
It's kind of weird to think about that those things existed in the same place, the same country, in the same timeline.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. I can't believe that.
And honestly, like where did the inspiration come from? I mean, I get like, you know, for us, it's easy to gain inspiration from something because we have decades of that music to fall back on.
Sure.
But like when Black Sabbath, because they were really the forefront of the heavy metal scene, you know.
Yeah.
So like where
there
the
are bands
hell
today copying Sabbath?
Exactly.
Still,
exactly.
You know?
So where the hell did they get their inspo from to where they created these songs where they were singing about witchcraft and like dying, all, you know, just crazy things like that.
Dude,
and
it's like one of my favorite Black Sabbath songs is Black Sabbath.
Right.
Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath is like you know, everyone always talks about like YYZ as the tritone, the bum 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 bum, like when you're talking music theory stuff. The first fucking tritone that was actually just a tritone was Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath.
Oh my
And
gosh.
the riff is literally dun, 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 and it just stays in that for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. It's so cool, and it's like the one thing that jumps out to me. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck we got so deep into the Black Sabbath thing, but that's how much we love Sabbath.
I mean, oh man, yeah. I mean, if like the bands that I love, like it's all a tree. It's all a family tree, really. Like we're here, and then all the bands that I listen to trickle down here, and then it just spreads and spreads and spreads, and then Sabbath is like the roots that just
right. It comes back to Sabbath. Everyone who's ever played rock music remembers the first time they heard Iron Man.
Of course, of course.
Like that's it. That's fucking it.
Yeah. Or like
I know I'm not being very eloquent
Pigs
right now. Yeah, War Pigs was lost on me when I first heard it.
Really,
like,
dude, I love War Pigs. Honestly, and it's only because the beginning where it's just that da 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 da.
Right.
So we're gonna move on to the next one. So in 1985, on this day, Elton John was re-signed with MCA Records in America. He got a 5-album deal being worth, wait for it, $8 million for 5 albums, to make 5 albums, the biggest advance in history given to an artist at that time.
That's a big advance today.
Yeah,
like you think of who's like getting signed today, and they're not getting signed for fucking $8 million.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber didn't get signed for $8 fucking million.
Yeah,
man.
it's that's a lot of money. I know it's probably not that much of a big difference, but I'm curious what like $8 million then will be worth now.
Like inflation, we should calculate for inflation. I'm gonna do that math real quick.
Do that.
Inflation calculator.
Yeah, Lexi Warren chat, my girlfriend, she is probably the biggest Elton John fan I know. So I'm sure she's happy to hear of his success in 1985.
If in 1985 I purchased an item for $1 million, I'm sorry, $8 million. 8 million, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, show some
5,
respect.
6. Yeah, put some respect on that, right? $8 million in 1985 is $20,200,446.
What? I was thinking like 10 million. Holy shit!
$2 million.
Oh my god, that's insane. I was thinking like maybe it went up to like 10, 11 mil.
No,
that's insane. No.
The dollar has changed a lot.
Incorrect, sir. Wrong, sir. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my goodness.
What's important is that you think of the list of singles that Elton John had already accomplished at this point, right?
Right. Oh yeah, no, he already has a discography.
He's already got an incredible discography, like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Benny and the Jets.
Yes.
Your Song is already here, Rocket Man. Like all of this is like the best Elton John that's ever Elton John, dare I say. I know that there's like diehard Elton John fans who will be like, you don't know what you're talking about. And they're right. Because admittedly, and I'm going to probably change that over the course of this month, I haven't listened to enough Elton John. I've listened to all the big hits, and I love the big hits. I think Elton John did a better space song than David Bowie, which is saying a lot because David Bowie is my favorite. Let me take a breath. I'm talking about a lot of the beatific men, and it's throwing me off, okay?
Okay. Are we doing this?
Is that it? Did I get you? Was that it?
Damn it, dude. All right. Fuck it. Go ahead.
All right. Well, hold on. Is it made up or is it real?
Wait, no, it's real. And I say that, I'm going to say that they are like Beethoven in their perspective, right?
Okay. So beatific means akin to Beethoven.
Akin to Beethoven.
I'm going to type this out in the chat real quick. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm spelling it correctly. I am. I am. Okay.
Oh man.
So Beatific means blissfully happy, but it's also associated with Christian theology, meaning imparting holy bliss. So
Fair
these
enough.
two, he just pulls these words out of his. I don't. I swear to God, that was au natural. There it is. I spelled it twice. That's how
Oh,
important
okay.
it is.
I was like, that looks
Beatific.
way longer than just that.
Beatific.
Okay.
We're gonna
Yeah.
double B it up.
Wow.
But I mean, is that not the most appropriate word to describe Elton John and David Bowie in the same
Oh
sentence?
yeah, just that bringing absolute joy and bliss to people. Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wasn't like far off. I mean, when I hear beatific, I think of Beethoven.
Right.
And so
Beethoven definitely is in the same kind of category as these
yeah.
guys.
Okay. Okay, was
maybe less holy, but you know.
yeah. Not as yeah. So was that it for our of this day? History time?
I think that was everything that we covered that we wanted to talk about in our
Okay, yeah, that is actually, yeah, that's true. Okay, so moving on to this week or recent news in music. We have a story about Mark Hoppus, who is the bass player / vocalist for Blink-182. If you don't know, he actually just announced. I don't recall if it was Instagram or Twitter. I think it might have been Instagram because I think he posted a picture of him doing chemo. He announced that he was diagnosed with cancer, very unfortunately. But it's I don't think he got specific on the stage, but he seems confident that he's going to be okay. As regardless of the stage, you should seem that way. You know,
right? That's half of it is a mind game.
Exactly. So he wrote a very long post, and at the end of it, he said, "Apologies if I'm oversharing, but it's so surreal to think that this week I'll take a test that may very well determine if I live or die," which is kind of a crazy thing to put into words, especially coming from someone who you know, I wouldn't say
has lived the life that guy has.
Exactly.
That guy's probably done a lot of shit that's gotten him close to death, but had a good time doing it.
Yeah,
this is very different. You know.
Yeah,
obviously,
very much so.
Cancer is a fucking bitch and a half, like to say the least. But I actually caught a little bit of a live stream, but where he was talking kind of about his condition. This is from today. I saw it uploaded 12 hours ago. I actually watched it on my way home.
Right.
Prep for the show or refresh. And he was saying that he got a PET scan today, and to prep for his PET scan, PET scan, which is the big it's proton emission topography.
Right.
I only know that because my parents work in radiology. I'm not making this up.
Yeah,
I might have the acronym wrong. Anyway, he couldn't have sugar. He couldn't have carbs. He couldn't have alcohol. He could not chew gum. He could not do any exercise. He had to basically do nothing but drink water for the day.
Wow.
Right? And even water was like, don't go crazy. And the logic behind it is what that imaging does specifically is it looks at density of mass in your body.
Okay.
And what it's looking for is if there's collections of mass, it's a hot spot that needs to be looked into further. It's like there could be cancerous cells here, or there could be some kind of growth, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So he can't chew gum because chewing works on your jaw muscles, and your body's response when muscle is broken down through work is to rebuild cells.
Right.
So he couldn't do anything at all.
Oh yeah, because they're not wanting cancerous cells to spread.
Right. Well, not even that they're not wanting cancerous cells to spread. They don't want to look at something and it be wrong.
Okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Right. I'm big dumb. I'm no scientist, so that was a guess.
You're not a big dumb. You're fine.
Don't listen to anything
People
I say when it comes to science. I feel like Joe Rogan when I talk about that stuff. Like,
oh geez, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan we're talking about a podcast in a podcast. I just want to throw that out.
Okay. All right. Next thing. So he posted a picture during 4th of July weekend, and he captioned it. He was bald from chemo and whatnot. But he said, "The cancer haver wishes you all a very happy 4th of July weekend." And I think
very Mark response.
Yes, yeah, very, very Mark. For those who don't know or listen to Blink-182, the whole band, obviously, but Mark is a very goofy guy, super lighthearted human being. So seeing that news really sucked.
For
But
sure.
I think, I mean, like we said, it's good to be confident and really have the mindset of that you're going to beat that. Uh, but I feel like you don't portray it as how do I word this? Not happy go lucky, but like feeling as confident as you do if you actually don't. If that makes sense.
Right.
Like
Right.
you don't want to put
You
false
can't
hope
fake
into people.
that. I feel like it's I feel like it's bad karma to yourself. Like you
Yeah.
should be real with whatever it is that you're feeling when you're dealing with something like that. But I have no context 'cause I've never had to deal with something like that.
Yeah,
So
exactly, exactly. It's like, you know, I've just always heard that like it's good to have the positive mindset, but obviously I have no
oh,
fucking clue. Like
absolutely.
I I,
Right.
I don't know what that feels like. I'm sure it's probably a pretty earth shattering thing to hear. But
Yeah,
then after
that's a
that,
good adjective, earth shattering.
yeah.
Are you sure you don't have the word segment, dude? Come on.
Oh come on, dude. Earth shattering and beatific are two whole different ball games, man.
Listen, I'm just busting your chops. I'm ribbing a little. But no,
um,
like it's like Mark Hoppus seems like he's always been like the same genuine kind of nice guy. Like he was a
right.
goofy teenager that fell into success and then tried to make the best of it and do the best with it. You never heard about like there's so many celebrities you hear about that sort of like end up being awful or like
Oh, of course.
things that could be perceived as awful, i.e. all of the pop punk scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's all very, very, very on the table, if
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Really, really, really
But
quick.
he
Voltzilly. Appreciate the raid, man. Thank you. Hope you had a good stream. Good.
thanks, man. It's like he never was that, or at least if he was, we didn't hear about it, and we maybe never will. And I hope that's the case. You
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
hope the worst we hear about Mark Hoppus is that he was doing dumb shit in public, like naked, which we
Which is
know.
yeah, I was pretty sure that's already happened multiple times with that band. So
Right. Like I'm pretty sure they did the whole like dick in a sock thing at one point, like everybody
yeah,
else was doing. That
yeah,
might have been the
exactly.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I same era, kind of
Yeah,
90s.
yeah, basically the same thing.
Right.
Okay,
But
so I think yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to the next topic. So just real quick, obviously, Mark, I'm sure you're listening to this podcast, Mark. We wish you the best thoughts, and if you do so, prayers out to you, man. We hope you have a speedy and a good recovery. Um,
absolutely, absolutely. Like
yeah,
nothing but good vibes from us here at Black Flame and the Sound of Fire podcast.
absolutely.
Much love.
So next topic is going to be Miss Britney Spears.
Oh, Miss Britney Spears. Miss Britney Spears. For those of you who have not been on the internet in the last 6 months, this is currently reaching ahead. Britney Spears' lawsuit against her father is intensifying, and they've released figures of how much certain things in the conservatorship have been costing to Britney herself.
Oh
And
man,
it's crazy. I didn't get the chance to pull the exact numbers or have them on hand, so I'm not going to reference them. I'll just spitball
right.
for some of this. But the crazy thing is a lot of people don't realize how far down this conservatorship goes, what it means and what its function is. So I think it's worth taking a second to break that down. A
Right.
conservatorship normally is for somebody who's medically like intubated, like can't compose themselves, can't make any decisions if they have any like Alzheimer's or dementia, or if they're just very old, like whatever the case, if they're not lucid,
Not of their like
not of
uh
sound mind, I
sound
think is
mind. Yeah,
like
that was what I was trying to say.
the minimum for that, right?
Right.
That's what this is for. And admittedly, Britney Spears did have a bit of a moment in 2008, 2009, I think is when that happened. I think I was
Yeah.
in middle school, maybe. I remember Leave Britney Alone coming out around that time.
Right.
Um,
But I mean,
so
sorry, we were talking about it last night. Like the older you get, the more that breakdown seems like not abnormal. Like
oh, for
it seems
sure.
super warranted the fact that she
We're
shaved
like
her head.
the age she, or I'm like the age she was when that happened.
Exactly.
Oh man, I get it, Brittany. I get
Yeah.
it. I mean, obviously, I don't have anywhere near as much pressure as you do, but
Yeah.
sheesh,
Yeah. Just the
it's a lot.
I mean,
It's a
on
lot.
like just the pressures of like existing when you get to mid 20s is enough to be like, I'm gonna fucking shave my head today. Like
Now,
that's just where I'm at.
imagine. So there's a lot of theories, and I won't get into crazy conspiracy theory where we might get sued for like slander or libel.
Yeah, please
Except
don't.
I'm totally gonna go there
Wait,
because
did you
it's
wait? Do you mean libel?
Yes, I don't know how to talk. I just know dumb words, Beaker. Come on, we've been over this.
Just-
Yes, I meant libel.
okay, go ahead.
Can't talk. Sorry. Um, God, I had a train of thought. So
Sorry, I'm sorry.
crazy. It's okay. I found it again. Crazy conspiracy theory moment, right? Britney Spears was going through a lot. She was always in the public eye, lots of scrutiny. No one was necessarily dogging on her music career, but weird things had happened to
Right,
her and like other celebrities, et cetera, et cetera. She was very much in the Hollywood culture sphere. And the pressures are crazy. And maybe she's like doing drugs or something. Like who knows, right? Like it's possible for anybody in that position. I don't
right,
knock or shame anybody who ends up falling into those kind of vices. It's part of
right.
the scene. You're pressured to do it. And so everything goes tits up. And suddenly she's kind of faced with the possibility. It's a very real possibility because she is like I don't think she has a child yet at this point,
Hmm.
but
I think
I
that's
think
correct.
that right. I don't think she has a child yet, but she ends up getting like threatened with this conservatorship or something, and in an effort to not have it approved, she shaves her head so that she'll pass a drug test.
Oh,
Like she's actually making the smart decision in that,
yeah,
if that's the case. And this is totally speculative, and there's no meat or potatoes to this.
right.
It's a fun thing to flip around in my brain.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and it doesn't come with any negative connotation either. I think it's smart thinking, which kind of evidences the opposite of what the conservatorship was trying to kind of get across,
Right,
that she's not mentally well, she's not mentally stable, right?
right.
I'm sure the case was that she just was had a lot of stuff going on and she might have been in a position where she needed some intervention of some
Hmm.
kind.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that as a possibility. However, it has been 13 years of that. It has
yeah.
been 13 years of that woman having zero control over her financial decisions, over her business decisions, over her anything. And what's crazy, the craziest part is she's thriving through all of this. She releases a perfume company, she releases a lingerie company, she starts doing the musician gone super famous now kind of entrepreneurial thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like this is very common. Like Shaquille O'Neal owns how many Five Guys or whatever it is that he
Oh,
owns,
yeah, yeah, right, right, right,
right? Pitbull owns Miami Subs now. Like when you get to a certain level of fame and you have the access to the money, you start making financial decisions like that
right. Of
so that you
course.
can set yourself up for the longevity. And she's doing those things during this conservatorship. So nobody's questioning the conservatorship, right? And then this movement is happening. Things are getting kind of some things are kind of seeping out, if you will, leaking out into the global awareness about what's happening with Britney. And it's awful. It's during her Vegas residency. If she disagreed with a dance move choreography that her father had hired the choreographer or whatever,
Hmm.
she was subjected to a month of working 7 days a week for 10-hour days.
What?
Like, yeah, it was basically borderline slavery
Yeah.
if you think about it. Not the same context as actual slavery, but it's like she is being kept in a prison. Her salary, her income was being used to hire a team of guards to keep her on property, whether it was at home or at the hotel she was staying at or whatever,
Oh my
right?
god, dude.
And then the legal counsel she's getting is through her father, and her father's legal counsel is telling her false information about how this conservatorship works. That it's not until she gets to appear in front of a judge that she hears that she can end this on her own terms because she's an adult. Like it's that fucked up. It's like it's super intense manipulation and gaslighting,
Oh
and
my
it's
god.
awful. Like it's super, super
Yeah,
awful. And I
I
have nothing else
know.
I feel for this woman.
Yeah, I'm glad that you know a little bit more about it because, like, I know of the very surface level of it. Of basically, she has not been her own person like since she became Britney Spears.
Right.
So like, I knew very little about it. Um, besides, like I said, the basics of it. But I mean, yeah, I mean, that's very much inhumane and disgusting
Yeah.
that her, of all people, her father would
Mhm.
be willing to, like, because I mean, I'm assuming it's just because he knows the freaking money well that she is and how much money she could make. He's like,
Right.
"Oh, I'm going to do what I can to make sure she makes as much of it and then I'm going to take probably most of it." Is what it sounds like.
I mean, that's pretty cut and dry what it looked like. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, that's crazy.
that is crazy. And you know what? I realized I remember why it started to come out. There was a documentary that came out that actually was pretty telling and started to paint a picture that a lot of Britney Spears' family was kind of in on the heist. If that
Right.
makes
Yeah.
that's
Well, yeah, I heard her
wording.
sister was too.
Right. Like I don't know all of those details, and I plan to do more research, not for the sake of the show, but for my own
Yeah, just
knowledge. I'm
just out
really
of
interested in the
curiosity.
situation. Yeah, I want to know what the fuck is happening there, or
Yeah,
try to,
yeah,
you know. So that's the rundown on the Britney Spears case. I think she's now trying to get another court date scheduled where she can plead her own, not have to plead her case through a proxy third party or something
right.
to that effect.
Yeah.
Is my mic still cutting out, by the way?
You were a little far away, so it was just for a second, but as long as you're sitting a
Got
little
it.
closer, you're good.
Yeah, I was looking at my thing and I went, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not hearing all my words.
I just couldn't even imagine just not being my own person and be able to make my own decisions as an adult. That's just it's crazy to me. Well,
It is pretty wild.
hopefully that gets resolved and it's not drawn out for 5 to 10 years and she has to spend millions of dollars more than she probably already has
Right,
on
because I mean, she's
just this.
technically paying for legal fees on both sides.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of crazy.
yeah, so yeah, I hope that that gets solved quick because that
And then you
just
can't help but wonder, like, how much money she had.
oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, she's doing this and it sucks. She's probably, like, from all those really smart business decisions that were made during the conservatorship, she's probably chilling.
Yeah, probably.
And good for her, because then she'll be able to just fucking unplug all those people and be like, peace.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
But that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, same. Yeah, let's hope it gets to that sooner than later. So real quick, we're gonna take a little break to hang out with you guys just for a couple minutes. Just want to say again, Zilly, thank you for the raid. We appreciate you, man.
We got a live one.
Trauma with
We
the
got a live
oh
one.
yeah, I do want to become famous. Thank you for asking.
I should click that link right now. Qualizar, can you click the link and get back to us?
Yeah, let us know what it looks like over there. So yeah, Trauma with the resub, appreciate you, man. Kodo with the follow, appreciate you. Thank you for the ban. Trauma, I was actually about to say mod check. But yeah, so Qual, thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate you coming and hanging out and listening.
Did Kodo Sound follow?
Yes, Kodo Sound did follow. Red started.
Kodo Sound is the homie. Kodo Sound
awesome.
is a musician I know who lives in North Carolina, and they have a proggy math rock band.
Ooh,
cool.
hello.
They started what's it called? They recently started doing words are hard. Recording and engineering work. Like they're mixing a few projects for some bands. It's pretty cool.
Gotcha.
Pretty cool.
Hell yeah, that's badass. Qual says follower boost plan equals $20 for 5,000 follows. Trauma, hello.
I think we need to drop some bands on this to really make BLACKFLAME pop.
Get on it. $100 for 30,000, bro. 30K followers.
I don't think I've ever used the term bands unironically until this moment. I'm kind of proud of myself. I'm hip with the word jive.
All right, yeah.
Just as quickly as I had it, I lost it. $70 for 50 subs? That's not even cost effective. That's the fucking dumb part.
You could just
like, oh, man. Hello?
No, that's great.
Well, actually, $70 for 50
no,
subs.
Well, no, it would be 50 because they're $5. It's $5 a sub.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's pretty wild.
Like what, $250 instead of like if you were to do it yourself,
or a bunch of Prime subs.
Yeah,
maybe they use hacked Prime subs.
Oh God, I don't even. Is that even a thing?
Probably. Someone out there's probably figured it out, dude. Like, what the fuck? Why not?
All right. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. There's going to be Alex Lifeson. He actually just made a statement in an article. Actually, it was an interview. He confirms that, which is actually kind of topical because we were just talking about Rush. I think we kind of brushed over this a little bit, but he confirms that Rush will never exist as a band again, which is not honestly as devastating as it could be because we've kind of all seen that already. Like we knew it was happening already. It didn't have to be confirmed.
It's nice to hear it in concrete terms, but it's like no one's surprised.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like, okay, we know now, but we've known for a couple of years. But I mean, even still, it's
You
still a
can't
bummer.
blame them either, you know?
Oh well, yeah, of
That's the
course.
thing that gets me.
They were,
It's a
Neil. I mean, Neil was there from basically the start, and
Mhm.
when you lose someone who was playing with you for almost 50 years, like you don't want to replace him. That's
Right.
just not how that works.
You know, Queen was the only band that ever kind of did that.
Yeah,
Like they
yeah.
had I don't remember who it was. I want to
Adam.
say it was Adam Levine.
No,
Adam
that's
Levine.
Maroon 5.
That's Maroon 5. The other Adam.
Yeah, from American Idol. I can't remember his name,
Yes,
which is a bummer. 'Cause I actually
American
really
Idol.
like him. He's super talented.
Yeah, he's a great voice. The guy's
Yeah.
powerful.
Um,
But yeah,
go.
for as we were saying, just no one's really
Adam
Adam
Lambert.
Lambert.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Thank
exactly
you, Kembo.
it. Kenbo with the assist. Love that.
Mhm.
Um,
And one.
yeah, like you were saying, it's a huge bummer, and you know you can't help but wonder what those guys are still probably feeling. You know, do they get a knot in their gut when they hear a Rush song in public on the radio? Like, what
Yeah,
do
who
they
knows?
like? That's gotta hurt,
I
man.
mean, the songs that they spent playing 40 years plus, they one don't get to play anymore, and
Mhm.
two, they lost their best friend that they created those songs with. So like, it's got to be a really tough thing um to especially being in a band. I mean, they know how big they are. So like they know they're going to get played places and they have to be like, am I going to hear Tom Sawyer tonight and is it going to kind of hurt a little bit, you
Tear
know?
like gouge out my heartstrings.
Yeah.
No, that's entirely true. And it's still just it brings me back. Like, I'm glad we did an episode on Rush.
So am I.
Because even now I know that we could just start gushing about this new like about this band again, about these people that changed our lives so
Oh yeah,
much.
for sure.
That one's honestly more in there to kind of tie it back to something that we did before. This is worth bringing up. Journey did do something similar to what Queen was attempting to do with Adam Lambert. Journey has had a few singers through the year. As Jeff Scott Soto is not
Yeah.
the current singer,
Yeah,
but
they
he's
did. They had the
who are
original
all the
guy.
Journey singers? Why don't I know this?
Oh, dude, I
Hold
don't
on.
know their names.
All right, we're gonna look. I should know their. I'm mad that I don't.
Well, but
Okay, so Steve Perry,
yeah, they replaced him pretty soon after he'd left. Um
right?
and then that guy didn't work. And then I don't know what the situation. I think they took a hiatus after that if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. And then they got the Filipino guy that they found on YouTube.
Yeah, the Filipino YouTube guy is my favorite.
He's amazing. He's
Yeah,
freaking super good. It
he's
also helps that he sounds exactly like Steve Perry.
yeah. I mean that's the big thing is that Steve Perry just has that quality to his voice. I saw a Journey tribute with Jeff Scott Soto, and that was sick because Jeff Scott Soto is one of my favorite like contemporary like metal vocalists. You
Right.
know,
Right.
he was the vocalist for Yngwie Malmsteen first two albums. He was briefly the vocalist for Journey.
Um so yeah, I mean that one just kind of that one was more it's more of an update on
On a
kind of
thing we've already kind of
yeah, a follow up to what we've spoken about. So the next and last one for the kind of the news this week music
oh
wise,
this one's
which
so cool.
we are very excited to talk about actually. It's going to be the Woodstock 99 documentary coming out. It releases July 3rd. So here in a couple weeks actually in like a little barely over a week.
July 23rd, right?
23rd. Yes, did I say 3rd?
You did, but it's
Okay,
okay.
sorry.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't
Yeah.
crazy.
So yeah,
Yeah.
July 23rd comes out. Man, this looks awesome and crazy and I cannot. Yeah, Trauma says, "Eat your mic. You're breaking up."
I'll pump the gas here. I got it.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah. So I cannot wait because I don't know like the quote unquote lore behind how insane Woodstock 99 was. I just know that I love having drinks and watching like Korn and Limp Bizkit do their thing. Like, so, but I don't know how crazy that shit actually got.
I do.
Yeah.
Or I had an idea because I just happened to know about Woodstock 99 before I realized they were making a documentary. That shit was nuts.
Yeah.
We were doing some research for the show this week, and though there were no deaths at Woodstock 99, Oh, I see him getting bumped there. There were no deaths at Woodstock 99. There were 1,200 injuries.
Ugh.
1,200 people got injured at this event. And the
Which,
document.
sorry to interrupt, when you think about
Mhm.
it, that's, I feel like that's a pretty small percentage of the people that were there.
Oh yeah,
There was a
definitely.
fuckload of people at Woodstock 99. Um, like, so that doesn't seem like a crazy statistic, but it's also like it's still 1,200 people, like who probably really like they got injured, but probably a lot of them almost died.
Woodstock 99 had an attendance of more than 400,000.
Oh my god.
So by the numbers, 1,200 divided by 400,000 is 0.03% of the
Okay.
attending people.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah. It's a small percentage, but it's still a lot of people.
Right. It just that's less to say, oh, it was a small number of people that got hurt. And more to say how many fucking people were at
Yeah,
this event, you
yeah,
know?
for a concert. Like, was it 3 days like OG
Yeah.
Woodstock? Okay,
Yes, it was. It was like 3 days like OG Woodstock. And
okay,
like it's I like to do this exercise with some people sometimes. And everyone's gonna kind of experience this now if you're listening at home or watching us live on the twitch.tv. I want you to visualize right now, like close your eyes. You do this too, Beaker.
I'm doing it.
Okay. So close your eyes. Picture one pencil.
Got it.
Okay. Picture 10 pencils.
Got it.
Okay. Picture 100 pencils.
Think we're there? Yeah.
Okay. Picture 1,000 pencils.
Sure.
A
Got it.
1,000 individual pencils. Like, hold on. Are you sure you're there?
No, I'm not at all.
Right. I'm really bad as a visual learner, so I lose it at 100.
Yeah.
Right. So I've met people that can go up to 10,000, but I've never met somebody who can go
Okay,
further than
listen,
that.
but also they're bullshitting you. How do they know? They have no
R-
clue. They
They have
can't.
no
They
idea that
have
you
no
can't
idea.
fucking.
Like you have no clue because like when you said 1,000, I'm pretty sure I can kind of because like your brain likes to overestimate what you actually think 1,000 will be,
Right.
and I've learned that over the years. So I think 1,000, and then I kind of scale it down a decent amount. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably pretty close to 1,000 pencils, but I have no fucking clue. Anybody
Right.
who says that they can picture 10,000 pencils in their head is a damn liar. I'm sorry.
And it's like pencils are. You have a good frame for how big a pencil is. How's there not a pencil on my desk right now? There's a pen. This is how big a pen is, right? Like I have a good representation. It's about 5-6 inches long, however long the pen is. I can't picture the amount of space taken up
Exactly.
by 100 people.
Exactly.
Like people are like an approximate square or cubic footage of like what 12 feet. Like it's like somebody like by D&D rules, right? You occupy a 5-foot square, a 5-foot cube, so it's actually 15 cubic feet. Like
You lost me at D&D. I'm not gonna lie to you.
it's okay. My colors are showing. I'm not ashamed of this. But so let's say you had 10 to 15 cubic feet per person, right?
Right.
400,000 people in the same place.
Yeah. There's actually, and
Is
actually, you know what? I'm gonna actually pull up. I found a good picture that I'll
okay.
pull up on stream. Um, so you're gonna go away for like 2 seconds,
Okay,
but
that's fine.
yeah. So hold on. Uh,
Thanks, chat. Love that. Right. Can you full screen that image? Can you like open it in a new tab? If you right click, uh, okay. Yeah, like this is insane. Look at how many people that is. And there's garbage everywhere. Look at the garbage. This is debauchery.
Yes, so like you can understand that that is a obscene amount of people. I don't know how your face just getting blocked there, but that's pretty sick. Oh, it's just because it's just the window. But yeah, so
Oh my.
re-
Oh, my
uh,
voice was gone. Oh, that's funny. Okay.
oh, it was. Oh, yikes.
Oh, Beaker,
oh,
we lost you. Apparently, we lost you.
wait, what?
Uh-oh. Oh boy.
Wait, what? Can you hear
Um,
me?
I can hear you.
Okay, we're
Okay,
good. Okay,
Trauma says we're back. All
okay,
right. That was weird.
all right. Small scuff moment, but this is going good. Okay, so yeah, all that to say, this documentary is gonna be very interesting and very cool, and we're both very excited to watch it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
going to be very cool. I think they're doing Beakers was gone on that screen, but you could hear me.
yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Okay,
Oh,
we'll
I know.
look at it later.
I know what it is. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as we're both back now, that's all that matters.
Yeah, we're back now.
Moving
It's
on
gonna
to
be very cool. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be very
it.
awesome. So moving on to we want to talk about some new releases in music recently, especially this past like week or couple weeks. Post Malone put out his song Motley Crue.
Mhm. Yeah.
Which if you haven't listened to it, it's very Post Malone, but it's also very, very good. The music video, if you haven't seen, you should check it out for sure. If you can't tell in the screen or in the picture that I'm showing on stream, that's Tommy Lee, the drummer of Motley Crue, driving him around in a very Post Malone-esque style, dipped, like probably 70s, uh, like GTO, somewhere around there probably.
Okay. Got it.
Very sick car. But yeah, so they're just
Yeah.
driving around having a good time. It's a really cool music video. It's a really cool song. Definitely check it out.
Yeah,
The next,
I think that this Motley Crue Post Malone thing has been in the works for a little while. Like, I remember reading about this like a year ago that
oh
they were
really?
talking about working together or
Oh,
something.
interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
the song is bumping. It is a banger. But I thought it was funny, and I'll say this and then let you move on to the next one. You mentioned it's very Post Malone, and before our show started, I was just talking like, well, there's congratulations Post Malone, and then there's circles Post Malone.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He has his eras for sure, like with his
Right.
different, because his albums do sound different, which is actually not super common
I really like that his records sound pretty different.
I do too. It's not
Like,
super
it's still
common.
Post Malone because of his voice, but
Exactly. Yeah, it's not super common for a top 40 artist to
reinvent themselves like that.
actually be able to sound different in a record, but he does it pretty well.
Yeah.
So it's Post Malone's sound with, a good twist, a new twist for sure.
What I think it really comes down to, his producer, Andrew Watt,
Mhm.
his producer's incredible. His producer just did a record with Ozzy Osbourne.
Ooh, well, that makes sense.
Right, like he reached out to Ozzy Osbourne about doing the feature on that one Post Malone song, Heart of Stone, which is or Take What You Want From Me. I don't remember what it's called, and it's a banger. And then afterwards, Ozzy Osbourne was so impressed with Watt as a producer, he's like, let's work on a record together, man.
Wow,
and they did, and
that's pretty awesome. By the way, Trauma,
the whole classic rock thing.
Trauma,
cool.
you can cut that whole thing where I showed the picture. Just because audio got messed up. So the next one that I really, really, really wanted to talk about was Sleep Token. And by the way, that's the vocalist that is on the screen now.
Okay.
Sleep Token's Alkaline. Yeah. Sleep Token's Alkaline. So, okay, sorry, let me say that better. The song is Alkaline, and it's by Sleep Token. Man, this song is really fucking good. If you don't know who Sleep Token is, I suggest that you go check it out. Nope, it's staying. Okay, great. I'd suggest you go check it out because, man, is it really good. And while you're at it, go listen to everything else that they've released because that is also just really fucking good.
I had not heard the song until just before the show because Beaker and I were doing pre-show prep, and he asked me if I'd listen to it, and I went, no. And I put it on, and I was like, man, this is well, I think the exact thing I said was, I want to start a band that sounds like Sleep Token now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. So a little story of how I found this band in the last few minutes before we wrap it up here. So a band called Issues that I listened to, I've mentioned them on the podcast multiple times. They were doing a headlining tour for their new album, Beautiful Oblivion, which if you haven't heard, check it out. And they brought on Sleep Token to open the tour. And Sleep Token at the time was at around 1,500 to 2,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. They got on the tour, and that went up to about 125 to 150,000 listeners.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they are fucking incredible. So we're me and our guitarist Brandon are homies with the guys in Issues. I went to the restroom at the House of Blues in Dallas, walked out, saw Josh, Issues drummer. We're like, oh, what's up? Started talking for a sec, and he was like, have you heard Sleep Token yet? Have you listened to anything? And I was like, I listened to 30 seconds of one of their songs, and I stopped because I wanted to save it. And he looked at me dead in the eyes, and he was like, good. The less you know about this band before seeing them, the better. And
oh, no way.
Boy, was he right, because man, it was a fucking spectacle, and I loved every second of it. You can ask Lexus. My jaw was on the floor the whole time, and I was vibing so hard. It was amazing.
I'm looking at pictures from their live show now.
Yeah.
This is sick.
They're trippy, man. They're super trippy, but their music is really, really good.
What is happening?
Oh, yeah, I should also mention that they're actually, they're from the UK, and they're actually a Christian band, which is cool.
God, the imagery is just so not that. You know?
I know, right? It's super dark and very symbolic of like maybe a darker meaning and a darker culture, but they are actually a worship. So their like slogan for the band is just worship, period. Like that's all it is, just worship. So yeah, they're very good and definitely worth adding to your list of artists to listen to.
For sure.
Oh,
I'm
hey!
definitely going to be checking that out.
We've got Numlock in chat right now. My boy Shane. He's been watching me on Twitch as DRBEAKER for a long time. So, hi Shane. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing good. He's also a big fan of Down and Thieves, which is great.
Nice. God bless. Love that.
Of the large staff variety, yes.
Man, you know, of all the things, that's a great subtitle.
Yeah.
DRBEAKER of the large staff. Check
of
that
large
out.
staff variety. I mean,
yeah. So we got one more on this list that we could touch on real quickly as we're wrapping up here. We still got a few minutes to kind of get into stuff.
I've got some words for this.
Yeah, this one's all you because you mentioned this one to me and I was like, yeah, dude, go for it.
So the reason I wanted to talk about this song, which is Butter by BTS, and also their song Permission to Dance. So Butter is really it's a good song. You know it, and I know that you've heard it because statistically, I was telling Anthony this, statistically, 1 in I believe every 10 people on Earth have heard this song, which is fucking crazy. They got in the first week, which is usually, so for those who don't know music stuff, the first week is the most important for any album, song, or anything that you release because that's where that's where they judge what the numbers are going to be and where the success is going to be. That's how you get tours, especially in smaller music scenes, stuff like that. This song, which broke 2 records, by the way, and I have the article pulled up. It was streamed in the first week 289 million times.
What?
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
289 million streams in a week?
Yes. It also sold 250,000 copies in the first week. Sold, not streamed, sold, which is insane, unheard of numbers. Both of those numbers are records.
Just for context, so Justin Bieber's new album Justice came out.
Right.
And the lead single on Justice was Peaches, right? I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh, yeah. I've got a really fun story for you about that song off stream.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And that song, which came out in March, was it March? Let me just make sure it was March. Yeah, it was March 19th, 2021. That song has 600 million streams. and it's been out for on Spotify anyway. It might be more across all the platforms, but on Spotify, it's got 600 million streams. And Butter on Spotify, hold on, view artist. Butter on Spotify alone has 375 million.
That song
So
came out May 21st.
that's insane.
Yeah, so May
Oh my
21st to May
God. It'll
27th
break a
was
billion by the end of the year.
easily.
That's
It's very safe to say BTS is the biggest artist slash band on the planet right now. No one comes close. Yeah. In the first week, 289 million streams and 250,000 copies sold.
that's they went like platinum 5 times.
Something.
Like
Like,
I don't know
something.
what the going platinum terms is. Like how many records do you have to sell 1 million units, right?
I don't remember exactly the numbers for gold and platinum. Or is there a diamond now too?
I don't think there's a diamond. Okay. So you in order for a track to go platinum, it has to sell a minimum of 1 million units.
So it was a quarter way there the first week.
Yeah, that's hold on. What's the fastest? What's the record for a song going plat?
Ooh, I'm actually curious what this is.
So
I would guess like Michael Jackson, right? Something like that.
hold on. Fastest fastest song to go platinum. There it is. I searched for that incorrectly. Old Town Road.
What? Really?
Old Town Road is the first or the fastest song.
Good for him. Wow.
Oh, there is a diamond status.
Okay, yeah. See, I
By
thought
the
there
way.
was.
You were right. So this is since they added this metric 60 years ago to the Record Industry of America's gold and platinum rating, only 32 songs have ever hit diamond, and Old Town Road is one of them.
Holy shit. Good for him, man.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. I'm trying to
What is the metric on hitting diamond?
the metric on hitting diamond is, where is it? I just had it up. Let's see. Let's go back. Diamond is 10 million.
Wow.
10 million, and it wasn't established until 1999.
No, so it's
in-
pretty new.
It's pretty fresh, yeah.
Yeah.
In 22 years, 32 songs ever have gone diamond.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, that is wild.
Yeah, no, Trauma. My first guess would have been something from Thriller.
Yeah, like it's kind of insane how quickly Old Town Road really took off, considering that there was nothing before it. I didn't follow Lil Nas X's career that closely, but as far as I know, there was nothing really before Old Town Road.
Yeah.
It was Old Town Road to the moon.
Oh yeah, for sure. He definitely, that was definitely the spike in his career. I'm the same way. I don't know what he had out before that. But yeah, and now he's got Montero, which is actually a really sick song. I really like it. But is this it? Okay, that's it. That's it for the slideshow. Well, everyone, it is 9:03 currently.
Oh, that means it's 10:03 my time.
It is 10:03 your time. That is correct.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the new form that this podcast will be taking. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super fun.
I like us being able to talk about more things.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that's only a good thing. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, maybe we're a little bit more excitable and we kind of like I get off topic really easily, and I know that.
Right.
But I was having fun before. I had a lot of fun talking about doing this episode.
Yeah, it's nice to cover a lot of info and just kind of keep things moving.
For sure.
But yeah, so go ahead.
No, I think that we're gonna keep this going. Guys, I mentioned it at the beginning of the show. I'll mention it now at the end of the show. We are on Twitter at SOF Podcast. Check us out. If you have anything you want to tell us, any ideas for things we should talk about on the show, or anything in that vein, like bring it up. We're open to anything. This is just a music show. We could do anything under the umbrella of music as long as you guys find it fun, you know? So
Exactly.
if you have any ideas, I would love to read them. Beaker, I think, would love to read them. I'm gonna speak for him. I know he'd love to read them, and we can kind of
What the
we can
hell?
start building a rapport with you guys.
You don't know that.
Listen, man. If you don't, I don't want you on my show. Okay.
Your show.
That's right. I'm throwing down the gauntlet. No, I'm kidding. Oh man, dude, I watched your react. Oh, he's gone. Oh, I lost him, boys. I guess this really is a solo show now.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, thank God. You know,
I stormed out dramatically.
I didn't realize, and I looked at the screen and I went, "Oh wait, he's gone. He's fucking gone." And then I was saying, "This is a solo show now, I guess." Oh God, help me! And then you sat down right as I said that. So,
all right.
Okay. On that high note, I think we can go ahead and take it on out. Let's see who's up.
Yeah.
What's going on the internet?
I was gonna say, let's check out who's streaming right now. I do not follow nearly enough Black Flame people, and I feel bad about it. Oh, Spheres is streaming still.
Spheres is streaming still. Crucified Gaming is on, who we've done stuff with before, I believe.
Let's see.
I've got a friend of mine who is live right now. We could shower them with some love. That guy kind of got me started streaming. Trauma, do you have anybody that you had in mind?
So we can, because I was gonna say Disgruntled Vet is also streaming right now.
Oh, Disgruntled Vet is live?
Yeah.
I don't follow Disgruntled Vet. Let's do Disgruntled Vet.
Okay, for sure. I can go ahead and do that. I know there's some spelling here. There's no U.
It's like gruntled?
Yeah. Is that right? DISGRNT, DISGRNT, LED Vet. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we're gonna raid Disgruntled Vet. Oh, is Jordan streaming too? I didn't even see Jordan.
Oh, he is. Jordan is streaming.
Oh, sheesh. All right, we'll go ahead and throw it out to Jordan then.
Yeah, we'll throw it down to.
All right, I'm gonna be sure and go into Disgruntled's chat and make sure to let him know that Trauma told us not to raid him, and to send us to someone else.
You're gonna cancel Trauma?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole situation that we got going on here. Is just cancel Trauma. Yeah, but anyway, we love you guys, man. We appreciate y'all for being here and talking and keeping the chat active while we, spread some information. Hopefully, it was super interesting to you guys. I know it was for us. We really love this new format. We've been talking about it for quite some time now, and we're happy that we've kind of finally found our groove. And real quick, if you are listening to this on YouTube or Spotify, or watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify, we stream this on Twitch every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. We would love to have you in the chat, hanging out and interacting with everybody else here and spreading the love. We appreciate you guys. And
we'll see you next week. Peace out.
Next week. Just kidding. I'm bad at my job.
Dude, you got it. Come on, I believe.
I really hate being in this power. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't be. Is that right?
Hey man, you've been
okay,
on about everything. There we go.
Okay, cool. All right. So like I said, we love you guys. We'll see you next week. And
please join us in saying hello to Righteous J, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a great night.
And check out his band City of Sound because they're absolutely amazing.